If you're trying to find William Hill promo codes in the UK in 2026, the first thing you need to understand is that it's not as simple as typing a code into a box and getting free money every time. The reality is that betting promotions have become more dynamic, more personalized, and in many cases more limited than they used to be. That means finding real value requires knowing where to look, how the system works, and how operators like William Hill actually distribute their offers. So let's walk through it in a clear, realistic way, so you understand how people actually find these promo codes, what works, what doesn't, and how to avoid wasting time on outdated or fake codes. First, you should know that most William Hill promo codes in 2026 are not widely public anymore. Years ago, betting companies used to push universal codes like Welcome 10 or Free Bet 20 that worked for everyone. Now, things have shifted. Most promotions are targeted. That means the code you see on one website might not even work for you, even if it's valid, because it was assigned to a specific user group or marketing campaign. This is why the first real method of finding working promo codes is always the official William Hill platform itself. When you sign up or log in, the homepage or promotions section often shows personalized offers. These can include free bets, deposit matches, or special odds boosts. In many cases, no code is even needed. You simply click to activate the offer. That's already the biggest change most people miss. Now, when people talk about finding promo codes, they usually mean searching outside the platform. This is where things get tricky. A lot of websites claim to list updated William Hill promo codes, but many of them recycle old promotions or list codes that expired months ago. The reason this happens is because betting offers change frequently based on seasons, sports events, and marketing campaigns. If you are looking externally, the most reliable places are usually well-known UK betting comparison sites and affiliate partners. These sites often get updated offers directly from bookmakers, but even then, you still need to check the date of the offer. A code tied to a Premier League weekend might expire by Monday morning. That's how fast these promotions can rotate. Another important thing to understand is that William Hill often replaces promo codes with auto-applied offers. So instead of entering a code, you might just click a link that automatically tracks your account. This is why sometimes you hear people say, "I didn't even need a code, it just showed up." That's not a glitch, that's the system working as intended. If you're signing up for the first time, the most common type of promotion you'll see is a welcome offer. This usually gives you a boosted first bet or a free bet after placing a qualifying wager. In earlier years, you needed a promo code for this, but now most of the time it activates automatically when you register through an eligible link. However, if a promo code is required, it will usually appear during the registration process. You'll see a small box labelled promo code or offer code. This is where people either paste a code from a trusted source or leave it blank if the offer is already applied. One mistake beginners make is entering random codes they find online without checking if they are still active. When that happens, the system simply rejects it, and they assume something is wrong with their account. Another method people use to find working promo codes is email newsletters. When you sign up with William Hill or similar betting platforms, you often get access to exclusive promotions sent directly to your inbox. These are some of the most reliable offers because they are designed specifically for existing users. Sometimes they include reload bonuses, weekend free bets, or odds boosts for major sporting events like football, tennis, or horse racing. Mobile app users also tend to get more targeted promotions. Betting companies know that people who use apps are more active, so they sometimes release app-only offers. This is another area where promo codes may not even be visible. Instead, the offer appears inside the app under a rewards or promotions tab. Social media is another place where people try to find promo codes, but this is where you need to be careful. Official William Hill accounts sometimes post limited time offers during big events, but there are also many fake pages pretending to share exclusive codes. If a deal looks too generous or unrealistic, it usually is. Legitimate offers will always direct you to the official website or app. Now let's talk about timing, because this is one of the most important parts people ignore. Promo codes and betting offers are heavily tied to sporting calendars. For example, during major football weekends, international tournaments, or horse racing events like the Grand National, operators release more aggressive promotions. If you are actively searching during these times, your chances of finding valuable offers are much higher. Another thing you should understand is that some promo codes are not actually about free money. They can be about enhanced odds or insurance bets. For example, you might place a bet and get refunded if it loses under certain conditions. These are still considered promotions, even though they don't look like traditional enter code and get bonus deals. A lot of people also misunderstand how wagering requirements work. Even if you find a promo code that gives a bonus or free bet, it often comes with conditions. You may need to place a minimum bet, or you may need to use the free bet within a certain time frame. If you don't understand this, you might think a promo didn't work, when in reality it was just not used correctly. One smart approach experienced users take is comparing multiple bookmakers instead of focusing on just one. While William Hill is one of the most established platforms in the UK, different operators offer different promotions at different times. So instead of chasing a single promo code, people often look for the best overall offer available on a given day. If you are determined to find working promo codes specifically, a good routine is checking free places consistently. First, the official William Hill promotions page. Second, reputable UK betting review or comparison sites. Third, your email or app notifications if you already have an account. If an offer exists, it will almost always appear in one of these three places. One final thing worth mentioning is that betting companies are constantly tightening promotional access due to regulation changes in the UK. This means fewer universal codes and more controlled, targeted offers. So instead of expecting a long list of working promo codes online, it's more realistic to expect personalized deals based on your activity and account status. At the end of the day, finding William Hill promo codes in 2026 is less about hunting secret codes and more about understanding how modern betting promotions actually work. Once you know where to look and how the system is structured, you realize most of the value comes directly from the platform itself, rather than random codes floating around the internet. And as always, if you're engaging with betting platforms, it's important to stay aware of your limits and treat it as entertainment rather than a source of income, because the promotions are designed to attract engagement, not guarantee outcomes. At the end of the day, finding William Hill promo codes in 2026 is less about hunting secret codes and more about understanding how modern betting promotions actually work. Once you know where to look and how the system is structured, you realize most of the value comes directly from the platform itself, rather than random codes floating around the internet. And as always, if you're engaging with betting platforms, it's important to stay aware of your limits and treat it as entertainment rather than a source of income, because the promotions are designed to attract engagement, not guarantee outcomes.